Hello, welcome to the Knitting Project. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family and my animals. Today is Thursday the 12th of March 2026 and this is episode 196. Welcome if you are a new viewer, welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my podcast all about my crafty week and I have missed by a few days. Normally I record on a Monday, but I have had a week of tech failure at work and it has been a nightmare. I didn't think I was going to get this podcast recorded at all, if I'm honest. I thought I was going to have to miss this week. But I was awake really early this morning. It is only 10 to 8 now. I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to get up, get on with the podcast, see what we can do. So hopefully it'll work. So we're going to crack on and get into it and see what I've been up to in the last week. For those that are new to the podcast, I do a rolling rotation of whips. It's something I started when I first started this podcast to get through the insane amount of whips I seem to have at the moment. I did it back then, so I thought, well, I'll try it again now and see how it goes. It's working quite well. I have not had much chance to knit at all this week, so that's not great. But I thought, well, I will try it and put one out this week. I don't know what's going to happen next week. I might do it next Thursday the same, so you've got a full week of rotation, and then I'll be taking a week off because I'll be at EAYF anyway, although hopefully there may be a vlog that goes with that I can get out on that Sunday. Day one is socks, and it's still those socks, I'm sorry, I have not finished them yet, and that's hanging out in my Peter Rabbit bag, which is a bag from Busy Pottering, who sadly doesn't make bags anymore. But I have a very substantial Busy Pottering bag collection, which I love. So these are the, I will get this right this week, Vintage Harvest socks, I think. I'm still not sure. Hold on. I'm going to look it up because I have my computer right behind you. So bear with me. I'm just going to look it up. Yes, they are the Vintage Harvest socks. So this is a lovely pattern by Danny George of Little Bobbins. And if you were to do the proper pattern, it's got some really cute like pumpkins and leaves and things on the cuff. I've not done that, but I have used the leg pattern for my socks. So that was the first one. So I got that one finished last week, and no, I still have not sewn that ending. It is merging into my top. And this yarn is from Beehive Yarns. It's absolutely stunning. It's called Gingerbread Village. So I am calling these my Gingerbread Village socks. And will they be Christmas socks? I don't think they will. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave these as Christmas socks and maybe I will make a second pair. Like of shorties out of what I've got left over. Put a mini with it or something. So I've started. So this was literally a cast on when you last saw it. So I have done the cuff. On the second sock. And yeah, it's stunning. So yeah, maybe I'll do like some little summer shorties in the leftovers and put a mini with it. It'd be really pretty if you could find a mini kind of that colour. Or even, I guess, the dark pink. Either. Or even that brown. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Ooh. Anyway, maybe I'll make some mini socks and leave these. I don't know whether I want to leave these as Christmas socks. Just because I won't get to wear them very often. I really like them. So we'll see. I knit my socks on 2 circulars. So I'm using Chalky needles and these are 2.5 centimetres. I use a 60 centimetre sock, although this might be 64, I think, for the pattern. And I have needle stoppers on it because otherwise if you're podcasting, the stitches fall off. I was about to say the needles fall out. So I ended up with halfway between going the stitches fall off and the needles fall out. So there we go. I knew what I meant. So yeah, we're making progress. I've lost track of what day it is today, so I need to work that out. I've not done the rotation this week, so goodness knows what I'm on. I think it's day 6, but I'm not sure. So I don't know whether to reset back to day 1, which would make sense because I'm resetting the podcast to a Thursday temporarily. So I could do that. Or whether to carry on. You'll find that out in the next podcast. Anyway, that is day 1 socks. Day 2 is Shawl Day. And that's hanging out in my So Sweet Violet little mouse bag, which is gorgeous. It's also very big. It's a big bag. And this is the Dust of Snow Wrap by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade. I had to go into a new ball of floof because I'd finished my other one. I'm currently going into like the purples section. Oh, it's so pretty. It's dandelion and dogwood, and it's a advent from a couple of years ago, to do with a cafe, like cupcake cafe, something like that. And this is how we're going. So I was, where's my little bunny? There's my little bunny. I was there, and I did basically a whole repeat, so the whole of the lace and the garter stitch, so that I'm now just in that colour again. So I'll be going into the lace again when I next knit this. And yeah, it's growing a lot. It starts off in this colour, and then it goes through to the peaches, pinks, and now we're going into the purples. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. I really love it. It's so cosy too. I'm not great with mohair. It keeps making me choke. Right, so these are the remaining minis that I've got to go into, and as you can see, I'm going into the lilac-y blues, and then it'll be the greens. So I've only got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more colours to go. So I'm fairly getting through this, which is lovely. It is so pretty. I do get quite a lot left over. That's sort of like the average leftover. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my leftovers yet, but I'm sure I will do something with them. I've only got that left on my floof, so I think I might need some more undyed floof, but probably not before I go to EYF, and I'm hoping I might be able to pick some up there. If not, I will have to send off for some. So this might stall when I run out of floof. But yeah. So this is an idea that my friend Kate came up with about putting them on a ribbon, and I've popped a progress keeper on the last one, so I know that which end of the ribbon to go from. It's pretty obvious on this one because of the colour gradient, but on others it's not. So oh yeah, I like this idea. I actually want to go through all of my advents that I've got that are sitting in boxes and things, taking up lots of space in my storage, and doing this because I think this is a brilliant idea for kind of keeping it all together. So that's that. That's so what have I not said about this? I'm using 4.5mm Chalgo needles. I do like a Chalgo. Used to be all about the wooden needles, but I'm really rather into the Chalgos these days, especially when it comes to lace knitting, which obviously there is some lace knitting in this. It's not difficult though, so if this is something you fancy doing, it is very easy. I do use stitch markers just to mark off the lace sections, so that I know if I've gone wrong at the end of a lace section, so I don't have to go sort of like tink back the entire row. It's only like a 10 stitch section. Yeah, love it. It's always a favourite day when it's a day 2 day. I'm really looking forward to doing this one. Right, let's get the yarn back in because that was always useful. So yeah, there we go. That is day 2, shawl day. Day 3 is garment day, and that's living in my lovely bucket bag from So Me. And this is the Wintersole sweater by Jennifer Steingass. It's a yoked sweater, and I have done the first sleeve, so that I was there when you last saw it, and I have finished it. So I decreased for like a balloon sleeve, and then put on the cuff. It looks really short, but I've got short arms, and also this is a yoke sweater, so the sleeves start sort of down here. So I sort of looked at it and went, oh, they look a bit short, but once I tried it on, it was absolutely fine. So that's the first sleeve. I think I picked up for the second sleeve. I did. I've picked up for the second sleeve, so that's the next section I will be working on. Cannot wait to actually get this finished and wear it. This is a example of process and project knitting, because this project I really want to wear. Not too much worried about the process. It's not my favourite one to knit because, you know, it just isn't. But the Dust of Snow wrap, I won't probably use as a wrap. I'll probably use that like just out in the garden as almost as a blanket. It just sort of sits on my well, my old one, which I lost, I used on my garden sofa when I was knitting outside, and I'd have it like around my shoulders if I was a bit chilly, or across my legs or something. So I didn't really use it like to go out with. So it's not so much about the project on that one, but it is something I really love the process of. I really enjoy knitting it. I like the tactile feel of the soft yarn and how it knits up and how pretty it is. Although floof, as I said, I don't get on with it very well. It makes me choke. So yeah, this is why I tend to use it outside rather than inside. I wouldn't wear it out for an evening out, let's put it that way. And also that it's very long and I'm very short. But so that's just something I want to own. And I want to, but I wanted to knit. So I really wanted to knit it, which was why when I lost the first one, which is devastating, I didn't mind knitting another one. However, this, it's just a jumper. I loved knitting the yoke. That was fun. I love how the neck looks, but the rest of it, it's just a giant sock. It's great for mindless knitting, but it's not about the knitting for this one. It is about the finished object. So when you have these debates as to are you a process knitter or a project knitter, I'm very much a case of both. I will knit a project because I want to do that process. I've got a brioche ripple wrap, which is going to be very similar to the Dust of Snow in as far as it's going to be very long. So I'm probably not going to wear it, but I definitely want to make it. It's on my queue of things probably after the Dust of Snow wrap. Whereas this, I really want to wear it. So yeah, I'm a bit of both. Depends on my mood. So this is, I've shown you this before, I know, Sirdar Country Classic. It's lovely. It's really, really soft, like, because I'm a princess. It's very, 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 very soft. But also it is kind of grippy enough because it's got a bit of a halo to produce some really good colour work, which I was really pleased how the colour work came out on this. It's not bunching. I've not blocked that. It's just come out really, really well. Yeah, love it. I love this. So that's my progress on that. Not a huge amount. I finished the sleeve. I mean, picking up for the next sleeve, that was because I scaled up on it to make it the circumference bigger. That took a little bit of wrangling with the math, so I had to work out the math and then I had to pick it up. So in that respect it did take a little while. So although that's not knitting progress, it is progress because it means that I can just pick this up now and knit it, which is great. Just need the time with which to do that. Which is not something I've had this week. So there's a bit of a problem with the podcast, and I feel bad if I say I'm going to be back like next Sunday and I'm not, because I've had a really busy week. So I need to try and work out what I'm going to do. I just sort of think, oh, maybe I should do that fortnightly, but I think I could have the same problem, in which case it would be like a 3-week gap instead of a 2-week gap. So I think what we're going to do is go, hopefully there will be a podcast on the following Sunday. But if not, don't panic. It's just because I've had a really busy week and I've got nothing to show you. But yeah, so that's day 3, garment day. So day 4 is old whip / gift knitting day. And that is hanging out in my flower, there we go, fairies bag by Donna's Designs. That's an American bag maker. And this is the Hogfather Advent from Giddy Yarns from not last year, the year before, so 2024. And this is a Land of Sweets cow. There we go. Now, a lovely viewer left a message in the comments about how to make this smaller because hers comes out quite big. I mean, you could really go down needle sizes on this very easily. I'm using a 3mm, I think. I'm using a 3.5mm. I mean, you could take it down to a 2.5, like for a sock, and see if that makes any difference. Otherwise, you can take out stitches. You'd need to work out how many stitches you need for a section, which actually 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You need 10 stitches for a section, so you should be able to decrease by 10 stitches and see if that works as well. But thank you for your comments and thank you for sticking with me and checking in so regularly. You know who you are and who I'm talking about. Right, so I was there when you last saw this. I got quite a bit of progress on this one, which is exciting, and I'm really enjoying it. It's actually quite a quick knit to do a section, so you do want to get on to the next section. As again, this is the Land of Sweets cowl by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. It was a knit bent pattern, but it's a standard loan pattern now. The minis, again, I've got on a ribbon. This ribbon is like the softest, smoothest ribbon. It's really tactile. I really like this ribbon. Okay, here we go. This is the rest of the Advent. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 more to go. So I've got quite a bit to go on this one. That one is the last one because it's got my little penguin on it, so I know which way round or which end to go from. So I need to go from this end. And yeah, very pretty. It's a very pretty Advent, this. Like I said, I think this one will end up as a gift because I really don't need another Land of Sweets cowl because I have quite a few of them. And again, that's the whole process fee project because I like knitting them, therefore I've made one, even though I don't necessarily want the end result. And I get enough left over that I'm going to be able to make like some nice scrappy socks or something with the leftovers, so I'll still have something from my Advent for me as well, even if I just put it in a cozy memory blanket or something like that. But yeah, again, Chalgoo needles, and these are 3.5mm Chalgoo needles. And again, I mark off these little paws. They're so cute, so cute. I mark off my section so I can keep my lace straight. That way I know if I've gone wrong really quickly. Because, let's face it, I do go wrong very frequently. I have an attention span of a gnat. Right, so that's day 4. That's my old whip / gift knitting day, and gift knitting day in this case. So day 5 is mystery blanket day, and that's hanging out in my little basket. This is the Debbie Abrahams mystery blanket from 2017, and I was where my little friend is there, and then I've finished this square. So this square is done. Haven't blocked it. I do need to block it. I need to find my blocking mats just to block this one out. I tend to try and block them before I knit the next section on. So that needs to be blocked, and then I need to fill up this basket with the next square. So that was 29, so I need square 30 and all the yarn that goes with square 30 and the pattern. So I will count that as a win if the next time I see you this is blocked. I have sewn the ends in because it was very endy, there was lots of ends, so I have sewn the ends in. But yeah, I'll count this as a win if I've blocked this and I have set this basket up with all the yarn for the next square, because I believe the next square has also got some beading on it, so I'll have to bead the yarn as well. Might be hooked in beads on that one, not sure, but either way I will need to locate the beads and set up the basket with the next square. So that will be a win if the next time I see you this is blocked and that's set up. So yeah, this is an annual mystery blanket club that Debbie Abrahams does. Sign-ups for next year's, for 2027 club, will start very soon actually. I think they normally start sort of May June time, but follow Debbie's Instagram because she'll post on there as to when sign-ups are open. I haven't done it for a couple of years because I have quite a few of these sitting here not knit, so I'm going to try and get a few of these done. So this one, yeah, I'm making good progress on, and yeah, like I said, I'll take that as a win if I get this all set up for the next square. There's not much to say about that one. Day 6 is Scrappy Project Day, and I am currently working on a corner to corner crochet blanket. I am using a 3mm clover hook. This is a fingering weight yarn, and it's leftovers from the Rainbows Chronicles yarn that Lay Family Yarn did a few years ago, and some yarn that Kelly gifted me, who's the dyer behind Lay Family Yarn, or one of the dyers. Her husband Nick does most of it now. And this is a corner to corner, which will be a rainbow gradient blanket. The original idea was that I was going to do all the colours till halfway and then just do the other half plain, but I think I have quite a lot of yarn, so I'm not sure that that's going to be the case anymore. I may have to do the whole thing in the colours. I just don't know if that's the case when I'm going to start decreasing, and if I do start decreasing, what am I going to do if I run out of yarn? I don't know. So you may be joining me on that journey. But I'm also thinking, of course, as these get longer, you use more yarn, don't you? So although at the moment I'm panicking that I'm going to have too much yarn, it might be that it will go really quickly now because the rows are so long. So I was where my little friend was here, my little Irish leprechaun, and I've done a couple of rows. So this is not going to look so impressive now because obviously these rows are quite long. It takes a little while to do them. You can use a whole 10 gram mini now pretty much on a single run. So, but I am very much enjoying this. It's really lovely. I mean, yellow is not my favourite colour, so it's probably not my favourite section if I'm honest, but yeah, if you can do a rainbow you have to work through the yellow. And this is my huge amount of mess that I've got in my bag that I need to tidy up. Can you see that? It's just like one big bundle of, yeah, there we are. One big bundle of ends. So there are balls as well that are in there, but they've all decided that they're going to unravel, so I'm just unraveling them as I go, to be honest. But I remember that this was Friday, and I took it to Katie's and we were both really tired, so I didn't actually do an awful lot of Katie's, but I think I did do quite a bit in the car that day on the way there. Sometimes motorway hold-ups are useful. But yeah, So that's day 6. That's my Scrappy projects, and as I said, my Scrappy project at the moment is very scrappy and is the corner to corner blanket, crochet blanket, and that is living in a West Green Loft Charms little tote bag, which they're really cute. So that's it for the rotation. I have one other thing that I do on a daily basis, which is living in my woolly goodness bag, and I do a little section on this every day, and I have kept up with this. This is the one thing I have managed to keep up with. So that's all I've got left of the leftover self-striping sock yarn that I am doing this stripping, there we go, and it's Giddy Yarns. So this is a self-striping sock leftover northeasterly blanket, which is not my idea. My friend Kate came up with it. I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I have totally stolen it. And I'm trying to do just one colour section a day. So this is how this side is looking. So this is the colour I'm working on at the moment, and the ones with progress keepers on are the ones I've done since I last spoke to you. So I have in fact kept up with them, and I'm about to go into that blue. So I've got the blue, the grey and the green, and then I'm done of that one and I can go on to another one. But I'm very much enjoying this. It's so much fun. It's fun to knit. It's actually quite nice to have something soothing that takes about 15 minutes, if that, to do a section. And then, you know, it's just, if some of the days this week, this is the only thing I've knit. So I have a tracker in my journal that says, like, did you knit today? And each time I'm able to say yes, but sometimes it's only been that section, but at least I've managed to do that. So it's been nice. It'd be nice to reclaim these stitch markers. Those two are new. They're from the Corner of Craft, and they're two little snowflakes. I don't care, it's not that time of the year. They're going on my northeasterly. So at least I can move them now. I'm using 2.5mm needles, so it's the same needles as I use for my socks. So it's quite a dense blanket, but really pretty, and I really like it. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's really good fun. So that's my northeasterly, and that is a pattern by Skein-Anigans, which I've very much enjoyed doing. It's a good pattern. I enjoy that. So that's hanging out, as I said, in my Woolly Goodness bag, and that is my daily project. So I do have a little bit of happy mail. Some of this is from a de-stash, which is exciting. So the lovely Jude Harper, was de-stashing some of his yarn, and I was lucky enough to get some yarn and some roving, so for spinning. I want to get my electric spinning wheel set back up again. It's currently living in my cupboard and I have not touched it for a long while, and I really want to get that set back up and do some spinning. And I've got this lovely, so this is Miss Babs BFL silk roving, so it's Blue Face Leicester Tulsa silk, and it's called Zombie Prom. It's really pretty. It's so soft, so soft. Oh, I can't wait to knit this. Well, actually, I can't wait to knit it, but I have to spin it first. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to spinning this. It's ever so pretty. So I really, really, really want to get my electric spinning wheel set up somewhere where I can kind of just leave it set up. But to do that, I need to tidy up this room, and that's something we will talk about in a section coming up. Going on with the self-striping sock theme, bought some Jinx yarns off of him, and this one is Spoopy. I love this dark black with all these amazing speckled colours between. I think they're going to be fun. So fun. So there's that one. And then this one, which is also Jinx yarn, is Christmas Bells, which is obviously a really Christmassy colour. It's very pretty. The colours are so pretty. I'm very much looking forward to doing that one as well, but I probably will leave that one till nearer Christmas. All right, it tells you what the stripe pattern is. That's clever. 7 rows black, 7 rows orange, red, black, variegated, 7 rows black, 7 rows purple, green, black, variegated. Oh, that sounds really pretty. And then this one is 7 rows red, 7 rows gold, 7 rows green, 7 rows silver. So that's going to be really good fun. And then also I got some DK Sparkle. That's what called me. This is a DK, DK. So it's called Dancing Queen by Doppelbock, Brew City Yarns. And again, I just thought it's such fun colours. I have plans on a hat for this for someone, so this is going to go in my gift knitting stash. But yeah, so that was that. I was very lucky to pick up a few bits and pieces from him. And then this is one I've bought. Lay Family Yarn had a sock blank update, and I do love a sock blank, and I do love, I mean, I think these are my favourite colours, and this is going to possibly be my summer sock because it is just stunning. When I looked at the website for this, I sort of looked at it and went, I really hope that this is what I expect it to be, because I love these colours so much, and it is everything I expected it to be and more. So this is called Colour Me Beautiful, and it's just this beautiful peachy with dark pops of orange and pink and green, and oh, it's just lovely, so pretty. So I might just, I'll never get back in there if I do this, will I? But hey, that's what it looks like. Oh, it's just, they're so much fun. I do love a sock blank. I love the texture you get with it. I love how it pulls out when you're knitting with it. I love how you don't have to cake it up if you don't want to. Some people do cake them up. I do not. I just knit straight from the sock blank. Those pinks at that end, that really sort of shocking fuchsia pink. It's just, I cannot wait to start using this. But it does remind me that I have got a spiced apple one that I had on the needles when I went to my Lay Family Yarn retreat in November. I'm fairly certain I didn't finish, so somewhere along the line I have a sock blank on the needles that I might want to try and find, because that might work quite well as a sock for going to EAYF. That I can just sit and have a conversation with people and knit. Basically, it doesn't require thinking about. It wasn't too bad going back in. I mean, that side's a bit more Kelly's probably screaming at me at the screen now. It's really untidy on that side, but it looks good on that side. But this is just, it's spectacular. It's so pretty. It really is. So the question is, are you doing full skeins of this as well? Right. So that is all my sort of yarny content for this week. I want to tidy up my craft room. I've got a pile of junk behind me, which I'm not sure whether you can see, and if you can, I apologise. It's been used as a dumping ground for the rest of the house while other things have been going on, and it's just very much time for it to go back where it lives and get out of my office. So I'm going to be removing that from my office, but I need time, and that kind of brings me back to around to like a life update. This week has been, I bought a new work laptop. Turns out it wasn't very good. It didn't do what I needed it to do. So I've had to return it, and I've bought another one. But that meant I've had to set up 2 laptops this week. So that's been a bit of a, well, I've had to unset up a laptop and set up a new laptop. We've had a work issue that means I've got a lot of work to do. So it's just been very, very work heavy week, which means I have not been crafting like I would do normally. That is actually not going to change until after the end of the month. So it's going to be a very busy next few weeks. That said, I will try and podcast if I can, but it may not be regular. So today is Thursday, so my plans are I'm going to try and record I can't record next Thursday because I will be travelling to Norfolk next Thursday, I think. Yes, I will be in Norfolk next Thursday. I think we're travelling on Wednesday. I can't remember. So maybe I'll try and record Wednesday, but that won't give us very much time between now and then. I suppose it's a week, isn't it? So I will try and record next week. If there's not a podcast next Sunday, that will be why. But that will be the Sunday of EAYF. I will not be recording that weekend, that Monday, because I will be coming back. So if I haven't managed it beforehand, hopefully I'll manage it afterwards, like on the Tuesday for the following Sunday. So there will be possibly a gap somewhere coming up. So if you don't see me, don't panic. It will just be I just didn't get a chance to record. Well, I am enjoying being back, and thank you so much for your kind comments, because I do read them all, and I heart them all, and yeah, I'm always really, really grateful when you reach out and when you comment, and I try and comment back. Thank you for those that have mentioned that they've told their children about, or their young adults about Meg's Friends podcast. I believe she makes a brief appearance on one episode now, not actually in front of the camera, from behind the camera. So yeah, it's a bit like, no, she goes on my podcast, not other people's. She's my podcast buddy, but hey. So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for giving them some love. And this week, so today is now, what is today? Thursday. It's Mother's Day weekend here in the UK, because we like to be different. And Saturday, I plan on editing this, if I haven't already. That's my main thing, is to get this edited. And then we're taking Meg and Jo down to their friends because they're going out for the night and she doesn't want to take the car. So we're going to give her a lift. And then Sunday is Mother's Day. So I'm hoping, at least on Sunday, I might get a chance to do some crafting. The girls have been pretty sewn up on Sunday. I think there's quite a lot going on. So I'm not sure how much crafting I'll get done. I think I'm going to sneak it in on Saturday. This weekend just gone, I spent the entire weekend deep cleaning my kitchen, which, don't get me wrong, it really needed doing. But we had a new cooker delivered on Monday. Our old cooker had an insurance policy that we'd paid for years, because that cooker was 16 years old. And the door seal had gone on it. And they came out to it and they were like, well, the door seal's gone, the knobs, you can't really tell what it is anymore. Not that that really mattered, because we've had it for 16 years. We knew what section went where, what dial did what. And there was a couple of other bits. They were like, oh, we'll go back, we'll get it all done. I was like, oh, okay, well, that'll be nice, and new knobs and door seal. And then they came back and went, no, we've written it off, we're going to get you a new cooker. I was like, oh, okay. Kind of a shame, because there really wasn't that much. There was nothing really wrong with it other than one oven was losing heat, because the door seal, I don't think they could get parts for it from what I could understand. So we got a brand new cooker, which is lovely. I'm really enjoying that. Yeah, it's a bit space age. It's got an inbuilt air fryer and a steamer. Just looked at it and went, it's also got so many shelves that you can't actually physically get the food in. So again, I was looking at going, well, that's a bit unnecessary. That's an awful lot of shelves, which we've now got to store. But I am very grateful and I love it. And it's nice to have a nice new cooker. But I did feel that if we were going to get a nice new cooker, I needed to have a nice, shiny, clean kitchen for it to go into. So there was that. So that's been done. So that's what I did all last weekend, was just clean on both days, deep clean the kitchen. So this weekend, I'm planning on not doing an awful lot of cleaning. On Saturday, I'm just going to have a nice weekend. Saturday, I'm going to craft. Sunday, I'm going to hopefully be spoilt by my girls. I think I am. And then it won't be long before we'll be packing to go to EAYF, because the following weekend's EAYF, which I'm really looking forward to. Right, on that note, I'm going to say bye. and hopefully I will get this all edited so you'll see this Sunday. That's it for me this week. Take care, and hopefully I will see you next weekend. If not, don't panic, I will see you soon.